Hey friends, this is Ganesh and video number 20 on ABAP. So this is a continuation of the previous video. Previous one we have seen about read table, what are the properties of read table and what is the usage of continue keyword. So that time I don't have much time to cover the remaining topics, so that's why I just came with another video. So here I'm going to explain about the collect, how the collect keyword works and where we need to use the collect collect keyword. And finally, types of internal table. So what are the types of internal table we have, what are the syntax, what are the do's and don'ts. So those are going to cover in this particular video. Let's get into that. So first thing we are going to see about collect. So the name itself you just able to understand is going to collect some values from source of an internal table. It has its own property. So the idea is I'm going to get the consolidation of the delivery gross weight. Okay, so if it is more than one item wise, I want to just get what is the total weight of the delivery. So this is a particular scenario based on one particular field. You want to accumulate the values. Okay, so for that we can use the collect option. Normally we use sum in select, but in loop we have an option called collect. So collect is a keyword. I'm going to receive the values from the source internal table. And the collect is going to compare the values of the receiving record as well as the existing record from the internal table. If it is exit, is going to be accumulated the numeric value. So this is the basic idea of collect. So the properties is it just check the work area record already exists in the body of the internal table. So here source and target is the internal table. Body of an internal table. So this is one internal table and this is another internal table. It can be any name you can give. So while transferring the data, I'm going to accumulate the numeric values from this internal table to this internal table with the help of a work area. So that is the idea. So that's why it's going to check the work area record is already exists in the body of an internal table. So if yes, so the collector the first time it always empty, so it just keep the particular record insert in the body of internal table. From second record onwards is going to compare the field values with the current work area data as well as the existing internal table data, existing target internal table data. Okay, so if it is matches, so if yes, then it's going to add the numeric field value. So here you can't mention I want to add only this field, only that field. No, collect will take the consideration as numeric field values. It just add all the numeric field values, whatever is available or whatever is applicable in that particular internal table or work area. So it considers those. And if it is not, there may be a chance of different values are available in the non-numeric fields, then it will add the record as an append. It's going to add that is a new record in the internal target internal table. Okay, so here the collect is going to work for numeric and non-numeric values. So if is good, the comparison is happen in the non-numeric values and accumulation is going to happen in the numeric values. Very simple. Very important thing is if any values changes, probably you might remember or able to recollect the at new syntax control break statement. So at new syntax is work for all the fields, not only for the field what you mentioned. Okay, if the field which you mentioned in the position of third and there is a change in the position of second or second field or first field, again automatically the at new will trigger. The same concept over here also. I have four different fields, and if any one of four different character fields, if any one of the character field has different name in the next record, automatically the accumulation will happen. Otherwise, it won't. So in that way, you have to be very careful. What are the fields you want to make it available for the comparisons? Okay. So a simple example is I have three fields, non-numeric fields, and I have one numeric field. Okay, here additional one is the numeric field. Character n is also considered as a non-numeric field only. Okay, so here is going to like 1, 2, 3, AA 4, 5, 6. So compare for first time what happens? It add the first line to the target system, and then it started comparing and accumulating it. So second record comes, yes, all the non-numeric values are same compared to the first one. So it is going to accumulate 100 and 200. And next, third is also same, is going to accumulate the numeric values. Fourth one has a different in the third field, so it's going to be added as a new record. And the fifth, sixth and seventh or as same values for all the character fields, meaning non-numeric fields, then is going to accumulate the numeric values. So the process or the functionality is the value going to be transferred to a work area of the target internal table. So we are going to use the work area for 1, 2, 3, AAA, 4, 5, 6, 300, and we are going to accumulate the value to the body of an internal table. So here the first two record is considered as 1. Okay, so there is a change here, I didn't notice. So the third record has a change in the field 2, so then the third one is going to be added as another one, and the fourth one, 123, ABC and 458, third field gets changed, going to have the fourth record, sorry here third record, and these three are considered as one record. So totally I'm getting 4 records in my target internal table, excuse me. Clear? So this way the collect works. So if any change happens, it's going to consider the all numeric will change, then based on that the accumulation will happen. Suppose the requirement is I want to know only based on my 1, 2, 3, meaning I want based on the first field value. I don't want to consider this. Then you don't want to give a separate or design a separate internal table. One of the way is don't pass the values for the field which you are not considering. Okay, so field 2, field 3 you are not considering, then while passing the information, don't pass the information to this particular work area fields. Then what considering? It consider 1, 2, 3 as empty, so second time also as empty, so it consider okay only the first field has a value. After comparison, all the existing record has the same unique values, so it accumulate all the values. So it's going to be like this. I'm not going to pass the value for field 2 and 3, and finally I'm getting the final value. So this is a way you can make use of the collects. Okay, and the next one is type of internal table. So types means you have 3 standard types of internal table. One is standard table, and another one is sorted table and hash table. Most of the times we just go with standard table only. Whatever we have learned so far is standard table only. We didn't explicitly mention the word called standard while data declaration of your internal table, and nowadays on the flow we are declaring it, so it's very difficult to declare the internal table what are the standard types. It's very rare we are going to use this. Depends on your exact business scenario. You can have a choice whether you go with standard, sorted or hashed. So standard is mostly used for many scenarios, and it can have a sort and duplicate values are allowed because it's just an internal table, right? It doesn't have a key fields. So you can have a duplicate values, and we can use binary search for better performance. We have seen in the last video. Another one is sorted internal table. So this internal is nothing but it's going to be sorted by default. Whenever you're putting the data, like using select statement, it automatically sorted based on the key fields. Okay, and after that further if you want to sort by different fields and different categories like ascending, descending, that is not possible for the sorted internal table. So sorters are allowed in standard table, but here it's not allowed. And duplicate key values are not allowed, depends on the initial declaration, meaning while declaring an internal table as a sorted internal table, you have an option whether this sorted internal table can accept duplicate values or not. Depends on the key fields. Okay, the key field can accept duplicate values or not. There are some keywords you can define it. If you say no duplicates allowed in the key field, then you are not able to enter any duplicate values. Here the problem in sorted internal table is if you violate the rule of the sorted internal table, whether through appending or insert or modifying, whatever it is, it goes to dump. So you should be very careful. That is also probably more valid reason mostly we go with standard tables. We don't have much restriction on standard table because dump is not a good sign of your development once you go to quality or development production, right? Because the dump can happen based on the data also. It's not because of your development. Because of the data can be duplicated because of some scenario it goes to dump. So you should be very careful. So you are able to add the duplicate value once the system recognize the sorted table is it's a unique key, then is recognized, it goes to dump. I will show you the dump as well. And sorted order also to be considered for append and insert. Another way, you should not change, or you should not try to change the sorted order. Suppose I have a sales order number like 45, end with 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 10, 11, 12. So now I'm going to trying to add 14 before 10 manually. Okay. So manually through index operation, I'm trying to add sales order 14 before 10. Then sorted internal table is in ascending order. It goes to dump. So there is other way also, it goes to dump. That's why I mentioned sort order to be considered if you want to do append or insert. Okay, that is very important. And hashed is nothing but in simple one line statement. If your data volume is huge and you always have a unique key, all the entries must have a unique key, then you can go with the hashed one, because it is using a hash algorithm, so the response time is constant irrespective of your data volume. Okay, then it's a good one. We can go ahead with hashed than standard, but the reason behind this, hashed, you are not able to perform any index operations, so that is one of the drawback why we are not able to use hashed internal table wisely in our development. Okay, so index operation not possible. All entries must have a unique key. Meaning in sorted table, you can mention in the declaration, I want a unique key, I want a non-unique key, but hash is always a unique key. So you can mention a non-unique key for hashed based standard internal table. Okay. So hope this is the types of internal table. So we'll see one by one in the system. So here, this is the program. It's followed by the previous video. I have sales information as well as the delivery. And for collect, I'm going to use my own data because in the training system, I'm not able to figure out much data, especially for collect functionality. So I'll add some manual data. So it doesn't make much difference. Let me compress this. Okay. Let me clear the data over there. The structure is same. I'm not going to disturb the structure. Okay. And I need a work area for this. Okay, let me have a work area. Hope you might aware of this, right? I have mentioned this, how to create a work area from the body of an internal table. So this is a like line of is the syntax to create a work area from body of an internal table. Now I'm going to add some data over here. I need delivery number, okay, Vebelen, and okay, let's fill entire thing, then it'll be easy to understand the debugging mode. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, and libs. So Vebelen is act as a delivery number in libs table. Same thing as act as a sales order number in VBAK VBAB table. So POs in R is equal to 10 4,000 GB. So this is sales order number. So let me have 8, 10. So this is the field which normally we need to accumulate. Okay, so it's 100.20. So just some values. Append libs to IT libs clear. So whenever there is a scope ends of a work area, clear it. Okay, 3 data, so all 3 are same. There is no change as of now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it and I'm going to collect it. So loop it IT LPS into WALPS. Okay, and loop. Okay, now I need a target internal table. So I'm going to create my target internal table. I'm going to declare it here because normally the declarations are in the top of your program. So here I'm not able to cover this in my recording screen, so that's why I'm declaring here. Structure. So collect. Need delivery number. Type VBL and VA. And so I want only two things. Okay. Consolidate gross weight type BR. What is the name of the field? BRGEW. So it's BRGEW 15 is a data element. End of the structure. Let's create a work area for this. Work area for collect. It's not collect, you can give any name. Just for a reference, I'm giving just a collect, same name. And based on a naming convention, you can use whatever name you require. So here, yeah, I'll introduce one more. Maybe the next one is like standard table, right? Normally we use type table of, so standard is optional. So if you use type table of, by default, that is nothing but a standard internal table. So types of internal table. So far we have used only standard internal table by default. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the delivery number, collect. Delivery number is equal to lips Vebelen and collect consolidated gross weight equal to lips BRGW. Okay, and finally the syntax is collect WA collect into collect. So clear it, collect. Done. Okay, let's see how it behaves in the debugging mode. So I have only one, so it's going to be mostly, not mostly, it's going to be only one record in my target system. So collect has only one record and lips has, sorry, this one. Three records, right? Just double click, you're able to see. Sorry, it's a hard coded value, right? So, and if you say collect, so it's added, accumulated. Okay. It should be, I need a breakpoint, then we can see how the collect works. Right. F5. F5. So now it's going to, it's zero records in the collect internal table. So if you say collect, it by default it adds the first record into the body of an internal table. So now it's 1. Okay, I'm going to press keep on F5. So what happens? Okay, before that, I'll show you the delivery number. Delivery number is same. So the second record delivery number is also same. So delivery number is 810. So if I press F5, it just check the non-numeric field is nothing but delivery number is same or not. Is already exit. If it is exit, it's going to add the value to the numeric fields. So press F5, it just got 200, and one more F5. So third time it's going to accumulate with the gross weight value. Probably is 306.60. So it's a little slow. Okay. So this is the way the collect works. Suppose if I have one more field, let's say for item number. Okay. Let's have a field over here. So the destination of your internal table to be decided based on your requirement. So how many fields you want. Okay, because if we have a more than one character field, wherever it is, it's not going to be only before your numeric field. It's not considering those things. So it'll, wherever there is a character field, there is a change compared to the existing one, automatically it will add as a new record. So item is equal to WA libs item. So not item, it should be postner. So here, let me change some values. Okay, and first one is 10, next one is 20, and next one is 10. Okay, so the assumption is this first record and third record going to accumulate, and this is going to be created as a new record using collect keyword. Execute. So collect F5. F5. So first time it collect the data, means it's append the data. So then second loop. So the second loop, the item number is 20, and if I run the collect keyword or collect statement, it added the record into the body of an internal table. Okay, it's pretty slow. Okay, so now you can see two records in the collect internal table because there is a change in the item number 10 and 20. It creates a new record. So if I execute fully, it will add the next one. So the next iteration is, so here if I execute the collect for the third record, it accumulates. Just double click. It accumulates with the first record because the same combination of non-numeric field is available. So it just made 200 and 440. Okay. So it depends how you want the fields to be included in your collect target system. So based on that, you can make that value. Suppose, and one more thing, if you field, I have a 3 fields, but I want the fields to be worked based on my requirement. For example, I don't want to consider item, then just pass as an empty value. That also, it just makes some work. And execute. Now if you see the output of IT underscore collect, it gives only one record because we are not passing anything to the item field. Clear? This is about collect. This is used for most of the scenarios to collect. So next is standard table. Standard table, I have already shown you what is the standard table. Whatever we have used so far is a standard table. Standard table, all the index you are able to do it, all the duplicates you can do it. So most of them we have seen it so far. So that is nothing but a standard table. And sorted table, so the based on the same one, let me take, so here I'm going to declare my sorted internal table, sorted type, sorted table of I'll go with the same structure. STU collect. It needs an additional. So like I want with unique key. Okay, and whatever the unique key over there, delivery number is the unique key. So here I can say delivery num. So sorted based on which field by default. So let me add about it. Okay. You can have data from your database table, or you can have data from your you can manually you can fill the information as well. Okay, so I can say select from lips fields Veblen, USNR, Senor, and BRGEW. So into table IT sorted. Okay, yeah, this is one way. Another way, you can start using manual entries as well, like line of IT sorted, or you can say type ST, will collect whatever you want. Okay, there are so many options. I used one. That's it. Sorted. This might give a dump, so that is one of the reason I'm using manual, and I will show you both the values. What happens if you use select and what happens if I use this one. Because to understand the functionality, sometimes the manual entries work better. It's not the Bosnar. Sorter BRGW, right? Append sorted into IT sorted clear. Now I'm going to execute two different sources. I'm going to use to feed the sorted internal table. Let's see first one, select. I'm guessing it's going to be a at least it goes to dump, because the sorter internal table I mentioned delivery key should be unique. So maybe the delivery key have more than one time it may be repeated because of a different item. So it might go to dump. Let's see. Execute. Yes. So sorted table, this is the very frequent issue is the row already exists with this key. Okay, so if you're trying to violate any rule, basic rule of a sorted internal table, you will get a dump. Let's go back and used with manual entry just to see how the sorter table working. Where it is. So here it is. Just commented. I have added one more record with 10 and 11. So now it's 10 and 11. Activate it and execute. So now it's executing. It's not going to dump. Let's see how the data is added in the sorted table. So here you're able to see it's a blue color because we mentioned this is a key field of the internal table. So it's a blue color. So 10 and item 10 and 20. So if you try to add one more entry like the same value, or if you try to add in a different order. For example, I'm going to add item number 9 after 11. After 11 using append statement, you'll get a dump. Okay, let's try that as well. We'll see. So you should be very careful if you use sorted table, because the issue is dump is because of the data, not because of your any syntax. So if you say 9, I'm activating this is not a duplicate, but the order is differs. I'm trying to append is always go to the last record. So 10, 11 and then 9. Execute, it goes to dump. This is another frequent issue with sorted table, error while inserting or changing rows in a sorted table. So that is not correct. So they mentioned very clearly attempt was made or insert row type the position 2. So this is corrupted the sort sequence. So it's disturbing the sort sequence, so it's went to dump. Okay. These are the possibilities of getting dump in a sorted internal table. And let me have one more field. So you can have a number of key fields. It's like I want delivery number as well as I want item. Okay, so this is a way you can mention I want 2 to be unique. Okay, so I can say 10, 11 and I can say 12, and here it's 10, 10 and sorry, no, it's not 10, 10, here it's 20, here it's 30. Okay. Back toward that. Okay, then execute. So you'll find 2 fields or mentioned as key field inside your internal table. First 2 fields, IT sorted. So here delivery 10 and 20 and then delivery 12 and 30. Okay, so you can have mixed as well. So if you say 12 and 10, so that is also possible. Okay, so here you can keep as 10, this is also 10 and act toward it. Fine, is not getting done. So the next one is I'm going to mention this is a non-unique field, non-unique key field. So if that is the case, you can have duplicate as well. Okay. So let's see. So these are item 10, 10 and 10, 11, 12 is a delivery number. So if I say non-unique key in the declaration level, unique key, right? So non-unique key. So then you can have a duplicates. Duplicates here, duplicates here. Act toward it. Execute. Okay, so now it accesses because I mentioned is a non-unique key, and sorting is not possible. Suppose if you want to do a sort, IT sorted, you get a syntax error. So sort is type sorted, so sort command cannot be used with this type of table. So sorted is not possible. And finally, I'm going to use hash internal table, data IT hashed type hash table of the same structure. Okay, so here with so here you can say unique. There is no non-unique. Sorted key is there, but there is no non-unique key. So it should be always unique. And I can say delivery. Sorry, unique key is missing. Delivery number. And if you want more than one, also possible. Okay. And same like other tables hashed, but index is not possible. Suppose I want to try adding the data to my sorted internal table. So anyway, the structure is same, so I'm going to use the same one, so don't get confused. Sorted to hashed. And here they mention very clearly, this is one frequent issue with hashed. So implicit index operations cannot be performed for hashed internal table. Append, index, read table through index. So those things are not possible with hashed internal table. So hash is going to be used for a huge data and a constant reply. If you're not going to use any index operations, you can proceed with hash internal table. So structure wise, there is no much difference. These are types of an internal table. Okay. So just play around with this, and if you have any doubt or queries on this, please let me know. Hopefully this is the most of the areas which I covered in the internal table, including this video. There are 5 videos on internal table. If anything comes or if anybody want a special request, maybe we can add some more videos on internal table. Otherwise, we'll move on to the other topics. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye.